I dreamt about the murders and the women's bitter screams. I'd be facing endless parts of real life and its hidden scenes. Woken by headache, probably I caused a little sleep. I hadn't got so much of that since I got to the Middle East. I rose up from the bed and saw the tears in my sheets, but even I didn't have time to mind or care about me. So I looked inside the mirror, tried to get a clearer view, cause I had done some fucked up things that I wasn't prepared to do. Nothing happened, so I began to put in my boots. Fully dressed in uniform, got out to catch up with news. It didn't take me long to intercept the change. The headquarters was now only a simple steps away. A common procedure in a state of martial law. I learned it from the course, studying the arts of war. I hooked up with my squad members inside the briefing room. Assignments carried out to a tired elite platoon. We armed ourselves and took some armored cars to a post. Hated by inhabitants for 50 stars on our clothes. 60 minutes later they threw rocks on our shields. Innocents were rioting cause we were stopping the meals. We did what's necessary when our mobs in despair. We removed the safety and pulled off some shots in the air. And it worked as usual, so we stayed calm for a while. The sun was scorching hot, put firearms to the side. I find it hard to describe what I glimpsed the next moment. A kid on the ground with wounds so deep it bled oceans. The red potion puddles right in front of my face. And by size I could determine didn't come to an age above 5. My men broke down and some cried. What would happen when the parents discovered their son died? The whole scene was unkind and it was breaking my heart. Enraging the mob, we had to take it later with God, cause we were hated by all and couldn't talk a way out. You know the sickness can't be stopped when it has started to break out. I told my squad to take out a single target at once. The bullet traveled through the air and hit it hard in the lungs. It fell handless to the ground as I was partially stunned. Unexpectedly the mob suddenly started to run. I held hard to my gun and gave the order to retreat. Questions of my leadership was also brought up in the heat. But tell me, how could I foresee something like this could never happen? Not in my command, so I reached to God for better answers. How could I foresee this would never happen? I'm speaking as a ghost, a father had no better answers. This was a day of sorrow for all of them, but to some this was a day of progress. Let's change the point of view. Lucky Allah is there when you need Him the most. I was defeating my foes, achieving meaningful hope. And now the freedom is close and we need freedom to cope. I stay positive and know we'll be achieving a goal. I was leading my folks directly in the devil's arms. Close combat is the option when you have no better arms. But the victory was certain when they ran for their lives. Successfully we won the battle with no plan to survive. I light a candle tonight for all them brothers got killed. And I save a blessing prayer for all the mothers and children. Keep a door open for remorse and advice. We didn't want the bloodshed, we only fought for our lives. In a thoughtful design, we executed our plot. Carried a boy into the crowd, a kid that newly got shot. Because we knew this would shock our foes and leave them wondering. While I raised my hand and hollered out, freedom, here we come again. A lot of brothers hit the ground and never returned. And I was crying within when putting my knife in the skin of my enemies. But I won't pretend to be unsure. If I can get my freedom, then I'm going to war.